So this year, the focal point for us, that has been a big announcement, as you mentioned, is the Tentograph. So the Tentograph is surprisingly Grand Seiko's first ever mechanical chronograph, which takes a lot of people by surprise because being part of Seiko Watch Corporation, they have a huge history and heritage of timings with IAAF, Olympics, and a huge history and heritage with mechanical chronographs. This year, the Tentograph, the name actually translates into what the watch is. So 10 is for 10 beats, so it's a high frequency mechanical chronograph running at 36,000 vibration or 10 beats per second. The second T is for 3 days, so it has a 3-day power reserve or 72 hours, which is actually the largest power reserve in the industry for a 10-beat mechanical chronograph. This piece has been in development for 12 years because we utilize the dual impulse escapement, which is an exclusive style of escapement. And usually the problem with a mechanical chronograph, especially high beats, is it requires a lot of power. Once you start it, it takes it away, and that can affect the precision and timekeeping of the piece. So with this, having this really energy efficient exclusive escapement, it means that our precision and accuracy remains very stable. A lot of what we do, we have unique alloys, so even with the mainsprings, they're created with Spron, which is a unique alloy to Grand Seiko. As I said, even the balance is created by ourselves in-house. We have a free sprung balance and overcoil. Even the case itself is made of high intensity titanium, so it allows for this sports piece to be very comfortable on the wrist, be hypoallergenic, and still be very durable. But this high intensity titanium is also a unique alloy to Grand Seiko. So being this island in Japan where they've had to create things themselves has in the long run been very advantageous for us because we have the capability to create pieces and make things according to our standards. So this here is the Majestic White Birch. So this is created at the Micro Artist Studio with Grand Seiko. So this piece here that we were just talking about, the Tentograph, is made at the Ushio Watch Studio, which is in North Japan, and has this beautiful dial inspired by the mountain there, Mount Iwate. This is made in the Micro Artist Studio in Shinshu, which is more central Japan. You can find this dense white birch forest, and it's inspired by the heavy kind of height of winter there. It has this beautiful platinum elegant case that is Zaratsu finish, so extremely highly polished to a distortion-free mirrored finish, and then is meticulously hand engraved by one of our skilled artisans at the Micro Artist Studio. The precious metals continue onto the dial, so you have white gold indices, white gold watch hands, and on the reverse you see a very beautifully finished movement done at the Micro Artist Studio too. At the top, where the mainspring is, you can see the bellflower, which is a symbol of that region of Japan, and down at the bottom is a yellow gold plaque that a client could request to be sent to Japan to be engraved at their request. So this is limited to 50 pieces worldwide, so we're very pleased to have this and be able to present this to you today. So this is called Hana-ikada. I think it might be my choice of the show, this one for us. It's absolutely stunning, it's very elegant. It has this cherry blossom inspired dial, so very quintessential Japanese. With this, it then goes onto this beautiful kind of cushioned, elegant rose gold case, rose gold indices and watch hands. Around the reverse, you can see it's a manual winding spring drive, so very high accuracy to 1 second per day with a 72-hour power reserve. And for me, with this croc brown strap with the rose gold and this cherry blossom dial, it just looks very, very eloquent and just speaks to me personally. And that dial, the cherry blossom, is very quintessential. The Hana-ikada, the nickname, actually means flower raft. So it's that period in Japan when the cherry blossoms are falling from the trees and into the water and swirls and creates these flower rafts. And to see the dial, it's almost like a pinky silver, but it's really beautiful. I would advise people to see it in the metal if they can, because it's limited to 100 pieces, so I'm sure it won't be around for long. So this is in the divers category, so it is a beautiful blue dial with blue bezel. It's called Ushio, so as you'll know, Japan is this kind of archipelago of islands, and it's inspired by strong tides off the island of Japan. And you can see it has this beautiful textured dial that really comes across on there. We've had people looking at it and saying it almost looks like the waves move on the dial as you move it on your wrist. Said beautiful blue ceramic bezel as well. This is the spring drive caliber that was announced in 2020, so it has a very precise accuracy of 0.5 seconds a day, thanks to a new thermally compensated movement. It has a long power reserve of 120 hours, so extremely long power reserve. It is not only a beautiful timepiece and utilizing this high intensity titanium for, again, the comfort, 30% lighter than steel, but still very strong. Great for diving, great for comfort, beautiful timepiece. So overall for me, I think it's a fantastic sports model again. Grand Seiko was born in 1960 from Seiko Watch Corporation's pursuit to make the ideal luxury watch, and they decided that the kind of symbol for that would be a lion, because the lion is the king of the jungle, to be the king of watches. So it's been there from the very start. So this jewelry piece is created at the Micro Artist Studio, similar to the platinum piece we were just looking at. And this has the inspiration of the lion, and you can see from this K shape that's been inspired by the lion's paw, claw. It's kind of very bold and strong appeal, but is this beautiful jewelry piece, as you noted, has diamonds on those lugs, on the bezel, and then on the dial. One of the pillars of what Grand Seiko is about is legibility. So the diamonds around the inside of the dial act as minute markers, and the blue sapphires act as hour markers. So still very legible, and a beautiful blue mother of pearl center. As noted, it's made at the Micro Artist Studio and has an 8-day power reserve on a spring drive caliber. So very accurate, very robust, huge power reserve. It's a beautiful piece. It's one of those watches that you almost would want to wear both ways, because on the back, where you can see with the open sapphire, there's a one central piece bridge, and at the top left there's the outline of Mount Fuji with this glide wheel from the movement, which is almost like the sun coming over the top. And then the jewels and the heat treated screws act as a town of Lake Suwa. Then at the right of that is the power reserve to show the 8-day indicator, and at the very bottom of the bridge you can see an engraving, which is the logo for the Micro Artist Studio where it's created, and this creates almost a map and an indication as to where the Micro Artist sits in relation to those beautiful landmarks in Japan.